overnight lines. They are a moving, Teddy. SBRodds.com, the single best place on the internet to get those updated line movements. If you're looking for a new book out there, sportsbookreview.com, definitely your place to go. Also, if you haven't done so yet, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, hit the subscribe button. Every single time Teddy and I put out some new content here with That Betting Show, you can certainly watch in and tune into that as well. And also on Twitter at SBR Sports Picks. Give them a follow. Obviously, with me and Teddy as well on Twitter. Indians' poor start, Teddy, not hurting the Thursday odds. How about this? Indians open up at minus 160 and driving those odds to as high as minus 190 at multiple books. We take a look tonight today. Sanchez and Bauer taking the mound. But as I said, sleepy start there for the Indians, not hurting those odds.
No, I mean, a very sleepy start for the Indians. Make no mistake about it. Trevor Bauer is a wise guy. There's a love fest between wise guys and Trevor Bauer. His advanced metric stats are through the roof. The strikeouts per 9, the hits from walks per 9, the xFIP, everything points towards Trevor Bauer as being the ace among aces. And what do you have? 1 hit in 7 innings in his debut. Certainly looked pretty good from the get-go for Cleveland. So I'm not surprised at all to see a big move towards the Indians with Trevor Bauer on the hill. He's the type of pitcher that attracts a lot of wise guy attention.
Teddy, there was a movie that came out called The Dark Knight Rises, but not in this case today. The Dark Knight lowers in his line. Chris opened up at about a minus 150 as a favorite for the Los Angeles Angels. Now sitting around that 135 range, total of 8.5. It's going to be Volquez and Harvey on the mound.
Yeah, I'm not surprised money's coming against the Angels. They can't hit. I mean, they're hitting 178 as a team so far. They have a 240 on-base percentage. They scored 6 runs in their 1 win. In every other game, their 5 other games, they've scored 7. So it's not like LA has hit the ball at all. 1 home run on the season. Cole Calhoun. We haven't seen Trout or Pujols go yard yet. Brad Osmus, the manager. If this happens in July, it's more of a little blip on the radar. I don't get too caught up in it when it happens. You want to win every game, but there is certainly time to right the ship. In the meanwhile, markets do not like the way the Angels have been playing at all. Hence, all the early money towards the Rangers.
Teddy, teams like the Yankees early in the season can always use the theory, it's not a hitting weather yet, guys. Just wait. Our bats will wake up when the temperature rises. Not really good look in Los Angeles if you're saying it's not hitting weather just yet. Better get out of your way because there's a lot of money invested in that center fielder out there that you're looking to build around that baseball club. Not looking good early. High line tonight, Teddy, in basketball in the CIT. Now, over the past, week and a half, we've seen some, exorbitant lines over 155, over 160, over 170. And it doesn't seem to be that these teams are getting to the finish line and cashing these overs. We look at another one tonight. Offshore markets high as 171 on the total as they open up in the CIT. Wisconsin, Green Bay versus Marshall. 2 teams up tempo. But 167, not a layup to get over, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how they got here. 80-76, Marshall against Hampton. That didn't go over the total. Green Bay did go over the total against Texas Southern, 87-86. 2 tight games coming right down to the wire. So we look at this point spread, you're like, that's not the way this tournament has been playing out. Now, Marshall's one of these teams, they started their season in August. They had an exhibition trip to the Bahamas. So these guys have been together a long time as a squad. But in terms of how much they're actually going to know about Green Bay, they're like, after the game, they're like, we want to watch some tape of these guys. Put together a plan in practice, refine it in the Thursday shoot-around. We're not talking about a Marshall team that's played any defense at any point this season. So I'm not shocked at all to see a high total to begin with. I'm also not shocked at all to see the markets bet this one down. Obviously, when we're talking about a total in this range in college hoops, the pace needs to be there for 40 minutes for the game to go over the total. That obviously hasn't happened in a lot of these high total games in the lesser tournaments.
Yeah, these tournaments turning it up, Teddy, because I was watching last night the USF DePaul game as it came down the stretch. Entertaining, exciting game. And they brought up the same thing you just said there is like these teams, like you figure like you're just watching basketball. It's going all along. But you don't realize like these teams pick it up and Midnight Madness, in October, and then you realize and they're still playing basketball and multiple teams, not just one team or a Final Four team, multiple different tournaments still going on at this time. A lengthy season for some of these college kids.